It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Falcons and the Lions, and it's coming up next.
The seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Atlanta Falcons and the Detroit Lions. Now Jackson on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Chase Young able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Fast footwork by Sanders. And he'll be taken down at the 18. 8 yards there helps, but they're still stuck now. 3rd and long coming up. Now this defense for the Lions, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game.
They've got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big connection on that one. 37 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Jacoby Myers, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. From the gun, Jackson. And that's complete to Sanders. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Jackson will throw again. Got a man open. It's Tyler Higbee. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did. Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count. The numbers for Sanders last week, 17 carries, 63 yards, and a touchdown. Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football, give it to them early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And the Falcons are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Now it's Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions. On 2nd and goal, Jackson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up. No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Jerry Jeudy. His second touchdown on the season. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive spans 13 plays. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Falcons grab it. And he'll take this back down inside the 20.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. It's a second down run with Sanders. And for a second straight play, the Lion defense drops him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Now Jackson. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Odafe. And the Lions are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 15 carries, 55 yards, and a touchdown.
I'm so glad you asked for a couple of offensive linemen to talk to before the game because they told us that in last week's contest, everything was clicking. Didn't matter whether they were doing gap scheme, zone scheme, power, whatever it was working. And they expect more of the same in this game, although they're prepared for some adjustments by the defense they expect to see.
And no room to maneuver there. Give them a yard up to the 47. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And Henry's hit. He lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. He can rack up those tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot.
And what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot, because as the guy in the middle, the Mike linebacker, you're counting on your front 3, your front 4, your front 5, whatever you've got in front of you to take up all the blocking, allow you to roam and hit, and that's what he did on that play.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Those are the types of runs they told us they want to see more of. Look, they'd love the 60 to 70-yard runs, but those 10 to 20-yarders, they can help you win a ball game.
And that means everyone's invested because you know the big guys up front. That's what they do. They try and move people. And when you get your perimeter guys involved downfield, that means that they care about the running game and they know it helps their team.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Here's Jackson. That's complete, right around the 8. Incompletion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first-half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
Coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think Coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He sets to fire deep. And this is taken in at the 5. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there for Detroit. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them...
Yeah.